Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hi there, my dear friends. I hope everyone is doing fine from your end. Please kindly take care of your health, right? Yes, it's a festival season, so please kindly take care of your health. The properties of Z transforms. I'm going to discuss a few standard properties under the Z transforms. So the first one, we start with the linear properties. What's a linear property? Suppose there are two sequences f of n and f g of n. The z transform of f of n is f of z. The z transform of g of n is g of z. Yeah, a small x means capital X. Small f means capital F. Small y means g means capital G. Then a and b are arbitrary constants. Then what's the z transform of a into f of n plus b into g of n is nothing but a into z transform of f of n plus b into z transform of g of n. Otherwise a of f of z plus b into g of z. So by using the classical definition, we are getting the answer. The proof of the linear property, left hand side, is z transform of a into f of n plus b into g of n. Is right? Now by using the definition, what we are getting there is sigma n equal to 0 to infinity. Whatever we have the input, we can enter here, and according to that, we have z power minus n by the definition. Now let us rewrite this by two separate series, sigma n equal to infinity, n equal to 0 to infinity, a into f of n z power minus n plus sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity, b into g of n into z power minus n. What about a and b? A and b are constants, which is taken outside. So sigma n equal to 0 to infinity, f of n into z power minus n plus b into sigma n equal to 0 to infinity, g of n into z power minus n. Is right? Now this is exactly looks like the definition of the z transform of f of n. This is a kind of z transform of g of n. So as we are considering that this is nothing but the f of z is nothing but the g of z. So it is a into f of z plus b into g of z. So this is the right hand side, hence the linear property. Hence the linear property. Isn't it? Right? The next one is the change of scale property. What is the change of scale property? If z transform of f of n equal to f of z, then z transform of a power minus n f of n is a product of a power minus n f of n equal to f of a z. After getting this answer, I go with the z transform of a power plus n. So if it is a minus n, is a product form. Plus n, what will happen? Let us see that. So I am going to consider the left hand side. So what's the left hand side of the property? Z transform of a to the power minus n f of n. So by using the definition, it is sigma n equal to 0 to infinity, a to the power minus n into f of n. So this is the given input, and z power minus n. Is right? Now can we combine these two terms? What will happen? Sigma n equal to 0 to infinity, f of n into a z whole power n minus n. Is right? When I combine these two. So now whatever the signal is input is f of n, the output is depends upon the kernel of transformation. Here when we have z means here also is z. So here we have a z. So this is exactly looks like the z transform of f of n, but the kernel is a z. So the output is f of a z. So this is the right hand side of the change of the property, right? But this is the z transform of a to the power minus n into f of n. Suppose when we have the z transform of plus n, that is positive powers of n, a power into f of n, what is the answer? If it's a positive powers of n, what will be the answer? Let us see that. The same, sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity, a to the power n, f of n into z power minus n. So by rewriting the term, it is f of n as it is f of n, right? I need to keep the minus n. The power is minus n because according to the definition of z transform, power minus n. So then only get the z is here z. So this is already in correct format. But a power n is not there in the power minus n. So I can rewrite the a power n by a power minus 1 whole power minus n. Is that right? What's a power minus 1 whole power minus n? A power n only. So this a power minus 1 whole power minus n, and this is z power minus n. Now can we combine these two terms now? What we will get? We will get sigma n equal to 0 to infinity, f of n into, now these two are same, but is a power minus 1. So this comes z by a whole power minus n. So from the classical definition, what says that whatever we have z here, it comes z. So minus n, yes, is minus n only. So this is exactly the Fourier transform of z by a, where a is obviously the positive constant, where a is also a positive constant. So when it is in the negative powers of a power n, then it is a product form. If it is the positive powers of a power n, then it is the division format. So this is called the change of scale property under the Z transforms. Now, can I use the linear property? Yeah, what's the linear property says that? The linear property says that Z transform of A into F of n is equal to, that is A into Z transform of F of n. So by using that idea, I am going to determine the following problem. The first problem is Z transform of 2 into 3 power n plus 5 into minus 2 whole power n. So this is comes under the linear property application. So by linear property, what is Z transform of A into F of n plus B into G of n is equal to, by the linear property, is nothing but A into Z transform of F of n plus B into Z transform of Z of n. Is right? Now here F of n is 3 power n, G of n is minus 2 power n. So Z transform of 2 into 3 power n plus 5 into minus 2 whole power n can be rewrite with the help of the linear property. By using the linear property, what we will get? We will get is 2 into Z transform of 3 to the power n plus 5 into Z transform of minus 2 whole power n. So as we know, what is Z transform of A power n? It is very good. If we know this answer, if we know this result, what is Z transform of Z power minus a n? Z by Z minus a, and the region of convergence is mod Z greater than mod a. Yeah, right? So in this case, a equal to 3. In this case, a equal to minus 2. So by using this result, 2 into Z by Z minus 3 plus 5 into Z by, here a equal to minus 2. So minus of minus becomes plus. So Z plus 2. So this is the Z transform of 2 into 3 power n plus 5 into minus 2 for power n. And one more problem. Suppose the question is, what is Z transform of A into B power n? Yeah. Both A and B are the positive constants. Both A and B are positive constants. What happened? Both A and B are not equal to 0. Yeah. Both A and B are not equal to 0. So once again, by using the linear property, this A comes outside. So sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity B power n into Z power minus n. Otherwise, A into sigma n is equal to 0 to infinity Z by B. Otherwise, B power n. B power n can be written as B by Z whole power n. Yeah, we go for B by A. But this looks like exactly the Z transform of, what is it? It's nothing but Z transform of B power n. So Z transform of B power n is nothing but Z by Z minus B. So the answer is A Z by Z minus B if the region of convergence is mod Z greater than mod B. So that's a very simple concept. This is the simple applications of the linear property under the Z transforms. Okay, you understand? So I hope everyone is doing well, and you also hope understand these concepts with the help of the linear property and the derivation of change of state property. Okay, thank you so much for watching our YouTube channel. Kindly subscribe, recommend and share to your friends. ADC Max. Thank you so much. Bye.